So Gaffer, looking back last Saturday at Dover, obviously got a really good start there with a 2-0 lead. But do you think it was not a wake-up call, but just a reminder of how hard this league is going to be this season with the way that Dover fought back?
Yeah, I think we've got to be very careful that we don't think that you'll prove you're better than the league at the end of the season when it all pans out. But each game as an individual game is opposition are going to do their own work on you as we do with them, and it's I've said it before, it's not a mug league. It's not, and if you get a result, you've got to earn it. We mustn't be below par in our coaching or our training, and the boys mustn't be below par when they cross that line at 3 o'clock or 7:45, whenever whatever the kick-off is. So, but as you know, because you've just been in here for half hour listening to all our tactics, you know the depth that we go into these things. But then you need your players to perform. That's important, and I didn't feel after the first 20 minutes at Dover, I think they did have a subconsciously they dropped their standards, thinking this is easy because we were 2-0 up. And then once you do that, it's very difficult then to fight it back. We can give them a bit of stick in the dressing room, we can try and liven them up. But once you've dropped a few pegs, you've got to, it's difficult to then rise above it again. So they would have learned a lesson. We've learned a lesson about our team. It's going to happen sometimes where you're up and then the team comes back at you, but you've got to have that commitment and that belief in yourselves that you can still win the game. In fact, we should have won the game in the last 15-20 minutes, absolutely. And there was 100% 2 penalties. If anyone sees it and says any different, I'll say they should be a referee, because they get it wrong. And we get disappointed with that when you've earned something and you don't get it. But that's not just us, all teams get that, and it was just disappointing because we did have a few opportunities in the last 10-15 minutes.
Moving on to this week, 2 back-to-back home games. Chippenham next Tuesday, starting with Worthing this Saturday. Chance to really put our stamp on things and get a push us up the table early doors.
Yeah, and that's, of course, that's the aim. I think there was only 2 teams that drew away from home in our league. One of them was us. So the beauty about having your first away day, if you like, away game, is that you get two home games. So you're always looking at 2 points a game on average. So at the end of the season, if you've done that, then generally, unless you're Wrexham, generally you win the league.
A couple of familiar names coming back to play more this weekend in Ricky Aguiar and Joe Felix as well. And Worthing were up there last season in the National League South, so they're going to be a tough nut to crack.
They are, and of course we've looked at them and we've seen they've definitely got strengths. We see the reasons why they have done well, and St Albans will be the same, because they're when we play them afterwards. I mean, those 3 teams, Worthing got a result, Chippenham got a result. So the 2 teams that we're playing at home are doing all right, and they did all right at the end of last year as well. And the same as St Albans, who obviously got through to the playoff semi-final or final? Semi-final, was it? Final, yeah. So we know that after these next 3 games, we'll have a bit more of an idea as to where we are against sort of 3 teams that finished quite well last year.